Hello, everyone. I am Founding Father Benjamin Franklin, and welcome to the Step Up America Foundation podcast. Join us every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as we celebrate incredible Americans from all walks of life. You may hear from a NASA astronaut, a professional or amateur athlete, a musician, and of course, current and past military heroes, just to name a few. And who knows, you might even learn a thing or two along the way. Well, that's enough from me. Let me introduce you to our hosts, John McIntosh, Mark Renahan, and Adrian Garcia. Take it away, team!
And welcome to the Wednesday edition, a very, very special edition. Not just because it's Thanksgiving, but we got excuse my French, a bad girl on the line with us that we'll introduce here in 1 second. And I want to introduce Mark Renahan, the voice of Benjamin Franklin, my co-host. How are you, buddy?
I'm great. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Awesome. Adrian, the facilitator in the classroom and one of our engagement coordinators with us. How are you, buddy?
Doing good, John. Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you. And the engineer behind the scenes, Noah. Say hi, Noah.
Hello.
Excellent. But we're not going to waste any time because we've been waiting for this one.
We have.
Mark, I'll tell you what. Because it's Thanksgiving, almost.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the honors of introducing our special
I
guest.
appreciate that. I wouldn't trust you anyway. But today, of course, we have with us a former United States Marine, WWE superstar, the sassy Southern Belle. Is she not with us? Lacey, did we lose you?
Uh-oh.
Yep, everybody.
Sorry,
you
we popped
you
her
just
off
keep
1
going.
second.
Yeah, we'll figure this out. Marky,
We have
you just
WWE
keep talking
superstar, the
there.
limitless lady, Lacey Evans. She's up on her farm today, so we had a little problem getting the call through, but we'll do it right now.
Yep, we're going to make this work, though.
The
Marky.
downside of the beauties of nature, no cell service.
That is true. It's also technology is not my strong suit. That's why I'm literally leaning to the right, like get that phone away from you because I don't want any responsibility.
All right, let's see if we can pull this off. Let's see if we can pull it off.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if y'all are doing this to me on purpose. 'Cause the first time, there's starting to be a trend here.
Lacey, I apologize. This is Mark. I've tried to whip these two into shape, but for those of you listening, once again, we have, of course, with us the former United States Marine, WWE superstar, the sassy Southern Belle, as you can hear, the limitless lady, Lacey Evans. Lacey, I apologize for these two. It's all John's fault, but thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I accept your apology this last time. Like I said, the first time I was a guest, I was hung up on. So keep on laughing about it, but don't let it happen again. Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me.
All right, excellent. So, Lacey, why don't you? Well, first of all, I got two questions for you. Why hasn't? Well, I'm going to rephrase this. You need.
Yeah, be careful what you ask me, John.
I'm going to. You need to be the WWE Women's Champion, without a doubt.
Obviously.
And obviously. And you've now got me watching WWE on a regular basis, which is actually pretty stinking awesome.
Oh, it's great.
It is.
It's intense.
And I don't know what's going on, but you're gonna have your moment in the spotlight. You're already the best one out there. Period. Without a
I was
doubt.
about to say, honey, I'm in the spotlight every week,
Yeah,
sweetheart.
no, I know. I gotcha. But it's just a matter of time before you wear that belt. I guarantee it.
Oh, well, thank you, John. I'm fighting every day for it, so fingers crossed, and keep me in your prayers.
Lacey, I have no doubt that you'll win it shortly. We here at Sub Up America know that the real champion out there is Lacey, and we have all the faith that soon you will be atop of the chain.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so, Lacey, you've blessed us. This is the second time you've been on our show, and I'm wondering if you wouldn't mind talking about not just your wrestling career, which is beyond incredible, but your service, and you're just an incredible woman, and I've had the honor to actually sit down face to face with you a couple times, and every time I meet you, your story gets better. Do you want to kind of walk us through what drove you to do this? What makes you the badass you are?
Well, I mean, I have to, give credit where it's due, and I think it's just like my childhood, my upbringing. It wasn't the easiest, and the United States Marine Corps, they took a broken 19-year-old, young lady, and they just gave her all the tools that she needed, the confidence to, regardless of where she came from, all that baggage and all that weight that I carried going into the military. They just made me realize that, either you could become a victim of every circumstance you're in, every time you get knocked down, every trial and tribulation you have, or you can, regardless of how you feel, physically, mentally, emotionally, make the decision to get up and continue to fight small baby steps, make the best day that you can with the 24 hours you have, set goals for yourself and just keep on pushing to accomplish them. And, between growing up tough and, having to struggle with, addiction and depression within my family and losing my father and my mother. And, I realized that I have a decision, and I have it every day when I wake up. I can either cry about, my situation, or I can make it better within that 24 hours. So, John, that's what I continue to do to this day.
No, and here's the cool thing. You have so many followers and fans, Lacey, and if they only knew half of the things you actually do outside of the ring, because you and your family are beyond incredible people, giving people. And that's why for several different reasons, it was kind of fortuitous that we met each other and you came on our podcast, but then this relationship began to grow. And the more we got to know you, oh my God, our hearts melt, because that's the coolest thing about Lacey Evans, the WWE superstar. She's not just a badass in the ring, the number one champion in our mind, and it'll come to fruition, but a champion in life. A champion in life. And I think your fans need to know that and understand that, because you and your family are God, just incredible people.
Oh, thank you, John.
Lacey,
yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say first, thank you again for coming on the show, and I did my best with the two of them prior to this show to make sure they were both behaving the best that they could. But I was just since we had you on the first time, I've been watching you on wrestling, obviously, and just following you on social media. One, you get me screaming at the TV now, because whenever you get jumped from behind or something, I'm like, yeah, leave her alone, get her, Lacey, but things like that. But one of the things I've noticed is you always have an incredibly upbeat persona, whether it's on the Military Makeover show, WWE, but you always seem like a happy person, and I just wanted to point that out and say that we really appreciate that here, and I think everyone appreciates that. It's tough, especially during this pandemic. I know a lot of people are down, and just seeing your posts always get a giggle or a smile to my face. So on behalf of us here, I wanted to thank you for that.
Oh, thank you. Can you hear me?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is hard. There are hard days. But as somebody with my platform, I take it personal, and it's a mission of mine to use it in order to motivate people. The pandemic, pre-pandemic, everybody's going through something, and I know what that feels like on a personal level, on a mental health level. And so, I try to use my platform to just remind people that, you have what it takes to do whatever you set your mind to. So I appreciate you looking at my social media and letting me know that helps, because, like I said, we have a huge platform, and I think that it's every superstar's responsibility to use their platform to make some kind of impact, and hopefully they choose the positive side.
Well, you're absolutely doing that. And Lacey, do you care if I share a quick story?
Yeah.
All right. So I had the opportunity to meet you and your family this past Monday, and you just got done doing the pay-per-view for WWE, and I stayed up and I watched it. And Mark, I got to tell you this. So Lacey's getting chucked like and you were a badass in there, and you should have won the whole thing. But I walk in the next morning, I meet her at breakfast, and I'm like, how are you walking right now? do you know her response?
What was that?
Honey? And I was like, all right, I'm just shutting up right now. That's a bad girl right there. I was like, because I wouldn't be able, you would have hauled me out in an ambulance, period.
No, I actually have a question about that, Lacey. I mean, I was watching you, when we first met you, I've been watching you, and the athleticism of all the WWE superstars is literally insane to me. Like, I mean, I'm a little older now, and I get sore just moving up and down, but do you do anything special to for your workouts to stay in shape that, you could tell maybe some of the viewers or the listeners, or you just, obviously, as Lacey Evans, you're naturally gifted more than the others, but is there any, workout you do to stay in shape? Because you guys are in some incredible shape out there.
Oh, I mean, there's really nothing specific. It's just every day. I mean, honestly, you have to do something every day to stretch, to get your body moving, and to make your muscles sore. And when I mean sore, like that you felt like you actually, ripped them for them to grow back stronger. And that's what I would say. I just choose one body part because of how busy I am with all the different, as a mom, as a wife, as WWE superstar, nonprofit. So as long as I do one thing every day, that's doable, right? Because you got to think realistically. You have to set goals that are grabbable, reachable. If not, you're going to slowly just start giving up. So I wouldn't say there's some crazy workout regimen that you've got to write down and do. It's literally how you feel. You have to do something every day and get a routine of doing just that. So yeah, that's what I do. And I just, as long as I don't stop, it's been working for me.
Lacey, do you think that your time in the Marine Corps helps you a lot with becoming a WWE superstar? Obviously, you were in incredible physical shape. I actually got a kick out of the picture you just shared of you when you were very young in the Marines. But did that help you a lot, going from the Marines to WWE?
Absolutely. By the way, that photo, do you know, did you notice I had no eyebrows? I don't know what the hell that was. I was like, what is this? Wow. But no, I definitely have to credit the Marine Corps for preparing me for WWE because, prior to WWE, I had no idea about the whole aspect of it. And so coming in with no experience and having to learn from scratch, not only on media or interviews or physicality or the wrestling or the, what I mean? Like the acting, the style, the makeup, everything I had to learn from scratch. But the Marine Corps instilled that discipline that it took in order for me to focus and continue to push myself even on the hardest days. And I think that was one of the hardest things is being surrounded by beautiful freaking women, and here I am, this Marine that doesn't even know how to put makeup on, and they're doing all these wrestling moves, and I mean, I could shoot a gun, what am I going to do with that? So I had to really take a step back and dig deep and try to confidently when I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. And so if it wasn't for that discipline and that initiative and that just hard work mentality that was, that I learned in the Marine Corps, I don't know if I would have made it.
Well, Lacey, let's be honest here. You're being somewhat humble because you happen to be the women's state champion wrestler out of Vero Beach High School.
Beautiful.
So come on. Come on. You're too humble.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I mean, there's more than just the hard hitting, physical. If that was all that it took,
right.
I'd be, I would be a champion by now. I feel like, but there's so much more into being a WWE superstar than just the grit and the badass, physical, combat side of it. There's the makeup and the beauty and the feminine qualities. And that's where I had to go back to the drawing board and figure it out. And thankfully I did,
Well, amen. You did. So, Lacey, it was kind of, like I said, it was very fortuitous that when we had you on the call about a few months ago, and we figured out you were from Vero Beach, and then we started discussing this, and we're like, no way. And so we kind of built that connection, and then we kind of explained what it is we do here at the Step Up America Foundation. And then you kind of got intrigued, and then we were blessed to have yourself and your lovely daughter Summer be introduced to Benjamin Franklin. Do you want to kind of explain that?
Yeah, I mean, once I got off the phone with you guys, for one, I found out y'all were right there in my hometown, the high school I graduated from, like you said, where I, was a state champion, and just, I remember some of my hardest times in my life being right there in that town, just as a child, as a, in school. And so when I found out not only where y'all are based from, but how deep and what you guys do for the children and y'all's cause and y'all's mission, I was just right away, like, blown away. And I wanted to actually, like, try to be a part of that, even though I'm on this crazy schedule. Y'all's mission is, like, my passion, what you guys stand for, teaching our youth what it means to be a good citizen, and, pretty much, like, showing them not only our roots as America, but, the way that we're going to impact America in the future. And so the fact that y'all in history obviously wasn't my strong suit, by the way. So I was like, man. And so I wanted to meet Benjamin Franklin. Like, okay, this program sounds amazing. This project sounds amazing. This nonprofit Step Up America. But I want to meet the man that is supposedly going into these classrooms and making this impact. And because I was intrigued by the whole thing, and the fact that not only he, it does like one-on-ones and he like speaks with the kids, but it's all in real time. I had to see that for myself, because how that just was so cool to me. So me and my daughter got to meet him face to face through, like virtually looking at each other. And so as he's talking, like these facts about Benjamin Franklin, never knew, our founding fathers, how, a lot of things came to be. He actually spoke up and said what my daughter was wearing, and like her hair, and like her face just lit up. It's like, so she was so intrigued about these facts and Benjamin Franklin in America. But then Benjamin Franklin is literally asking about, the shirt she had on, and it was just incredible to not only see the impact that Benjamin Franklin has on, and especially right now. I mean, they're being forced to do everything virtually, and kids are going through a hard time. So to bring them this interesting, fun, virtual, interacting avatar while teaching them this important, like, topics, it had me intrigued from the jump. So I was lucky enough that I got to see the look on my kid's face when she realized that she's actually, like, communicating with him. So it was really cool.
No, that's awesome. We like to think of it as a field trip that comes to you. And students don't need to go anywhere. It's just like taking a step back in history. And Lacey, we can't thank you enough for those kind words. And I don't know if you want to share a little bit of news.
Yeah, I do.
All right, I'll leave it up to you.
Can I do that?
Absolutely.
Say again?
Go for it.
Am I allowed to just say it? All right, you guys, I'm so excited because I'm going to, post very shortly again. But so not only did I get a chance to meet Benjamin Franklin with my daughter, but I will actually be going into schools with him, tag team. So he's pretty much like my tag team partner now. And so I get to be a part of the Franklin Project. And so not only do these schools get to have Benjamin Franklin come into their class, but Lacey, the WWE superstar Lacey Evans, will be coming in right with him to bring more motivation and a little bit sass and, a little bit of class. I'll apologize for it later, but, and partnering with him to help spread this positivity and this knowledge and to impact the world, starting with America. And I'm so excited and so blessed to be a part of this whole thing. And so y'all keep saying thank you to me, but I want to say thank you guys for even creating something that these babies need. As a mother, it's important to me to raise a good citizen, and in history involved to teach them deeper of the impact they can have on America is incredible. So yes, the big news is Lacey Evans will be right next to Benjamin Franklin, kicking down doors and coming in y'all's school to help teach and spread this knowledge.
Oh, that's we're excited. We've been biting our tongue. Yeah, all right, a little round of applause there. Yeah, we've been biting our tongue. We wanted to shout it out to the world, Lacey, but we wanted you to have the honor of doing that because we are blessed to have you. And if you really think about it, you and Ben are very similar. Ben persevered through his childhood. His upbringing wasn't the greatest, and I'll give you the whole history lesson. But you all are very similar because you persevered and you overcame, and you're out there touching people's lives every day. And your fans, I can't say this enough, all the Lacey Evans fans out there, you have no idea what this woman does and her family does, and does it humbly. And that's very much like Ben Franklin. So you and Ben are the dynamic duo. I don't know what else to say.
No, I can tell you that I know Ben personally. I know him quite well. He's very, very excited for this, and I can't help but think, how it's going to be a great. I guess yin and yang isn't. I don't know if it's the proper way.
No,
to say
it is. It is.
It's gonna. The kids will be triple excited. First they're going to have Lacey Evans talking and Ben Franklin. There's a million things that they're going to be able to do together. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And for anybody out there who's an educator or a student, absolutely get in touch with us. And, as soon as we're working on it as soon as we can to get it out there. But it's going to be absolutely amazing. And Lacey, we literally can't thank you enough. And it's going to be, I can't wait to see it when it first happens. It's going to be amazing.
I know.
And the kids and the teachers are going to love it too. It's going to be a fun thing. And, as we already used Lacey in our good citizenship lesson where we talk about people who have really made it large and give back to their community, we like to always use Lacey as an example because, of course, she has gone from the Marine Corps, of course, which we always like to focus on our veterans, and now to a huge WWE superstar. So
yeah, and Lacey, do you mind if I share some of the cool things that we're working on together as partners? Other than just going into classrooms, I believe Miss Evans is going to be kind enough to do a backpack drive, and stay tuned to Lacey's social media, the Step Up America Foundation social media, because Lacey was kind enough to donate some backpacks, and we're going to have some fun with it, Lacey, and stay tuned for that one, right? All of your followers out there, because there might be some kids out there that might be blessed enough to actually receive a special backpack from Lacey Evans. Am I correct?
Oh, absolutely. So it was a great idea, but it's more than just a backpack, you see, because like everyday citizens in America, in order to get something, got to put in a little work. So now, mind you, Lacey Evans will be kicking in doors in school, but I want to try to get our babies working with their brains and starting to push themselves on an education level, on a sports physical, on a mental level, and realize what they're capable of. So, John, if I'm not mistaken, you're not just going to get a backpack that easy. You actually, are we going to disclose what you got to do for this backpack? Because it's something fun, and it's something that I actually want to get hands on and see what these babies can create in order to get this backpack special package delivered straight from me.
Absolutely. So there is going to be an intellectual side to this, Miss Evans. So what we're going to have our listeners do is have your child send in a short essay. Doesn't need to be long. It just needs to be meaningful. And Lacey, if it's okay with you, we're going to give away 25 the first go around. Is that?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
25.
Yep. And your child is going to have to actually send in a short essay, meaningful essay on what it means to them to be a good citizen. So I couldn't agree more, Lacey. You got to work, and you're the epitome of working for something in your life, right? So nothing comes for free.
Yeah, absolutely.
So everybody.
And if it comes in, if it's free, it ain't worth it. Trust me. You want to actually. And I'm also not only do the 25 winners get a backpack sent right from me. I've got them all in my home right now, but I'm actually going to post. I won't put their names on it or whatever, but their essays are going to get posted on my social media. So I will do a shout out to the winners because I think that it's important to show the world how these babies are considering what a good citizen is, because we need more of that, especially right now in a crazy time. But yeah, so they're going to get, not only a backpack, but, we'll discuss it on their emails for the 25 winners, and they're going to get a shout out from me on my social media.
Awesome. So stay tuned, all of our listeners and Lacey Evans fans, because you'll get the logistics coming out shortly about how this is going to work, probably next week. And then, Lacey, this is what I'm really excited about. And this was
This is a
actually,
good one.
this
Big
is
one.
your idea. And we don't have a date yet. But we're going to do our initial, what are we going to call it? We haven't even officially named it, but like a history mud run for kids, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And
Oh, yeah. And
why
like I said, you got to put in the work.
Down and dirty.
I'm right there with them.
So why don't you go ahead and explain this one? Because this was your brainchild, and I absolutely loved it.
All right. So in the military, we do a lot of things that we have to work together on and really push yourself, not only just mentally, so you got to think, but you got to physically be uncomfortable a little bit and continue to march forward. So what we're going to do is a history, we'll call it a history run, history mud run, whatever we decide. But the goal is to try to get through an obstacle, and it'll be physical. You might have to low crawl. You might have to climb over something. There's going to be some challenges throughout, but there will also be some history knowledge. Now, obviously, the history knowledge will be things that have impacted America, things that America was built on. Obviously, Benjamin Franklin has all the knowledge that you can have and more to assist with this. But what it is going to be fun. What it is for kids of all ages to not only feel feel what it feels like to really push themselves, right? And then work as a team, and then use the knowledge about the ground that they're running on, the United States of America, to get to the very end. And there will be prizes and challenges throughout, and it will be one that I will be there, and we'll be going through the mud together on this one to really get to the end. So I'm so excited about it. It'll be like a history run, and you'll definitely be put to the test, but everybody will be able to make it if you just don't give up.
Amen. Well, I'm a little bit nervous, Lacey, because you had asked me if I would be willing to do a little test run with you, and just don't beat me up too hard.
Beat him up as hard as you
Just
need
don't
to.
give
Lacey.
up, John.
I won't.
Just try to keep up, John.
I gotcha.
Lacey,
I will.
You gotta believe in yourself, John.
Lacey,
Come
this
on
is
now.
Mark. Both Adrian and John need to be, you really need to whip them in shape. I'll take care of Ben Franklin. Make sure he's doing fine. You take care of these two.
I'm all for the mud run.
Got
so
it.
It's definitely
Glad I'm not
exciting.
included
We're
in any
pumped
of
up
this.
about it, Lacey.
Yeah, no. Lacey Evans, WWE superstar, from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much for choosing us to want to be a part of.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's.
Thank you guys for creating this program, because I mean, obviously it's got so much potential. What you guys do for these kids, especially right now, is incredible. And I think that, by me coming in and me and Ben tag teaming this, I think we could do some pretty cool stuff. And I'm just so excited to get to help you guys. So I'm ready. John, I'm ready to have you out here in the mud.
All right. Well, I already talked to your husband. I'm going to be swinging by there next weekend, like Sunday or Monday. So I'll be on 95. I got them. I think I still got my old BDUs sitting in the closet. So.
Lord, perfect.
All right, excellent. I'm a little nervous about that, but I'll hang. I promise I won't quit. So
That's all it takes, just as long as you don't give up.
Yeah, I know, and that's kind of like what we've been doing at this foundation. Honest to God, you know what I mean? It's we took a leap of faith, and we're not quitting.
No, we were rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
We fought through a pandemic, so
Yeah, and we're still standing.
I have
So
no doubt that we are going to accomplish amazing things together. So I'm very excited about that.
Excellent, Adrian.
All right, Miss Evans, do you have anything you want to say to your fans before we sign off?
Well, thank you guys for not only supporting me, but supporting the Franklin Project, and just, supporting your babies. I don't know if there's a lot of parents out there listening to this, but I feel like programs like this is important, and it takes parent support. It takes, our amazing teachers all over America's support, in order to continue to impact our youth, because our youth is our future. So it's going to take everybody. It's going to take all.
Oh, I couldn't have said it better. And Lacey, you're gonna hate me, but I had one of my good friends on the air yesterday on our show, and he is a state championship wrestler. He's a wrestling coach to this day. His name is Brian Hazard. Is there any way you could just give him a shout out and call him the biggest nasty in the world, Brian Hazard?
Well, John, if you're telling me he's a nasty, I'm sure Brian Hazard is probably the biggest nasty of America. But that's all right because me and Ben are about to drop kick him. So have him ready. I don't know what high school he's at, but I'll be there.
Awesome. No, I
Oh my
appreciate
gosh.
that. I appreciate that.
That was awesome.
Well, Lacey, again, thank you so much for joining us. For everybody out there, of course, today we had on WWE superstar, the Limitless Lady, Lacey Evans. She is going to be with Ben Franklin very soon in the class. Can you imagine how fun that's going to be for the kids? by the
Yeah,
way?
I
I hate to
know.
keep
I'm ready
saying
for
that,
it.
but
I am ready
the
for
kids
it.
are going to just be going through the roof when they have both of them in there. But once again, Lacey, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you and your family have the greatest Thanksgiving ever. John, Adrian, any final words?
Yeah, just to all of our listeners, Lacey, your family, just take a second and enjoy this Thanksgiving. It's been a crazy year. And take a time out and just be grateful just look around. Be grateful for all the cool things we have. Adrian?
Just
That's a good one.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And Lacey, I am beyond excited for this partnership, and I look forward to working with you more.
Lacey, normally
Yeah, I look forward to running you through the mud too, honey. Don't try to sugar me up.
Yeah, no, I got you.
I will be prepared.
Yeah,
I
you'll-
will be prepared.
Lacey, you'll come in first. I'll come in second. Adrian will come in third, I guarantee. So,
Adrian sounds like a puker.
I love it.
I don't know.
So, oh my God.
We'll get
these-
it on camera so all of our Franklin Project Step Up America fans can see it in firsthand.
I
I'll put my
gotcha.
money
We will
down
love
that
that.
Adrian's a puker.
That's too funny. So,
That is funny.
Lacey, normally we have Mark sign us off with a Ben Franklin quote. But since you were so polite to partner with us, why don't you sign us off the air with whatever you would like to say?
Lord, on behalf of WWE superstar Lacey Evans and Ben Franklin's sidekick, I want to tell everybody, all you nasty things out there, God bless America, keep it classy, you nasties, and happy Thanksgiving, honeys.
Hey, Lacey, give Summer and Alfonso our love, and God bless you guys, and God bless all of our listeners. Be good out there.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.